Hi everyone. Well, as you can see, I've taken the plunge. I've gotten the DJI Digital HD FPV system. I came close to getting it late last year when it was out, but I thought I would wait because I thought at some point in 2020 there's going to be like a smaller air unit that comes out, and before I knew it, I think it kind of surprised everybody. The Caddx Vista was leaked and then it was released. So I thought, well, I guess I have no excuses now. I need to go ahead and get it. So this is the first one I have with the Caddx Vista. It's the BetaFPV 95X. As you can see here. And I also have a kit that I built up from my own parts using the Caddx Vista, and I'll make a video about this coming up, and also talk more about the standalone Vista unit, but that's coming up later. But for now, talk about the 95X. So it's a 2.5-inch, pretty big size whoop, as you can see here, just compared to a classic UR65. So it's quite big. Oh, also these are my own props. It does come with these same props, the 2540 gem fans, but they're blue. But I had these yellow ones, and I thought that looked cooler, so I put those on there. And the motors are 1106 5000 kV for 4S, really. Not the trendier like 12 or 13 size motors, but just the big 1100 size motor. And there's the bottom plates, 2.5 millimeters. This bottom plate's carbon's it's quite strong, so that's good. Comes with a nice battery strap. I have the XM Plus receiver version, but you can also get Crossfire and just a plug and play. And I like the antenna system here. These little tubes held into the frame. That seems to work pretty well. And interestingly, this isn't a all-in-one board. It's actually two boards. There's a 16 amp BL Heli 32 ESC in here, actually. So you could run RPM filtering on this out of the box, although it isn't turned on. And then there's a separate F4 board. And then here's the Caddx Vista. I mean, it is amazing how small it is, but for a micro, it is still quite a big thing to fit inside. And then the kit does include this little 3D protector for the front of the camera, because this isn't a custom canopy for the digital system. I think they just repurposed this canopy from something else, because you can see the mounting screws just go through these vent holes here as opposed to this actual mounting point. And I took it out and tried to see if it could screw into the proper location, but you couldn't, and I'm sure they would have done that if so. But it seems to work okay. Pretty good solid antenna mounting there for the little lollipop. And everything came pretty well set up in beta flight. I did have to change the channel mapping and set up the modes the way that I like, but it has a little tune on it, and everything else was set up correctly. The only thing I had to do with the Vista and with all DJI things like this is you do have to activate it, and along with activation there's usually some kind of a firmware update, so that was probably the most tedious aspect of the setup, but once you do that, you shouldn't have to do it again. So what else is important? So this weighs, I think, it weighs about 110 grams as it is, and then I was running it on a 4S 450, so just running it on a regular 4S 450, this weighs about 56 grams on top of the 110, so about 166 grams of this 4S, and between 3 and 4 minutes of flight time, depending on how it's flying. You could also fly it on a 650 4S maybe, but I wouldn't go any bigger than that. Starts to get too heavy, so maybe a 4S 520 would be the perfect size for power and flight times. But overall, the flight was not bad at all. It wasn't really getting any prop wash or any bad characteristics while flying around. The first flight I did, it was a sunny day, and I was having some jello in the image. However, because of my unfamiliarity with the DJI system, I didn't actually record any DVR that first day, that sunny day, because I did that stupid thing where I stopped the recording when I thought I was starting it. So I didn't have any DVR from the first sunny flights with this, but it did have a little bit of jello. And today I flew and it was pretty cloudy, so and no jello came out, but it was darker conditions. But at least I did get the DVR recording this time, and I think you'll see it flies great. And the picture from the digital system is pretty fantastic, and for me, there's probably just no going back to analog except for maybe the smallest things, flying indoors or something, which I don't do too much of anyway, so I think from here on in, just going to be sticking with the digital. Might have one or two more analog reviews coming up. But so anyway, let me just show you the quick flight I had with this today. It was cloudy, like I said, so any jello might be masked by that. But this is just the, not the stock PIDs, but the tune that came out of the box, and also the same rates that came out of the box. So I might adjust the rates a little bit based on how it was flying, but really no complaints with it. I think not a bad little first digital model to try out. So anyway, thanks for watching this, and I hope to see you in the next one.